My name is David. I signed a professional contract with VfL Wolfsburg.
My name is Aman Siddiqui and I signed with AS Roma.
My name is Rafael and I'm signed with PSG.
As fans, we've all had that dream of getting signed by a club. And now a few newcomers are getting a chance to become players for some pretty big teams. Well, FIFA players. The likes of Roma, Wolfsburg, PSG, and Ajax, to name a few, have all delved into the world of esports by signing FIFA players to represent them in gaming tournaments all over the world. For those who are skeptical, people do indeed watch gaming. Gaming is consistently in the top tier of content being consumed on YouTube. In fact, over half of the top YouTubers in the world produce some kind of gaming content. And on top of those millions of online views, esports are also filling out arenas for spectators. So why are these clubs signing gamers to play FIFA?
Football clubs now, they're losing a lot of their younger audiences, be it ticket prices or when they get home from school now, they just want to go and watch a YouTuber. We don't know exactly what the reason is, but they're sort of along those lines. So for these clubs, I think it's a smart business move for them to try and get this younger audiences back into the stadium, make them fall in love with football again. And I think that's what Wolfsburg do really well.
The young fans could then engage in a different way that maybe they can't, engage otherwise with. Who is a fan going to relate more to? The 20-year-old Italian kid who grew up supporting the club and is now playing video games for the club.
It's a new industry for them. It's a new way for the fans to engage with the game. And of course, it's FIFA. It's easy for fans to understand how the game works. Basically, a new way for the fans to support the club.
The younger generation are getting into football through a video game. So I think this is kind of like a different approach where, the clubs can reach the young audience through FIFA and have a deeper connection even because, they're using, let's say, Roma. They're seeing the Roma esports players. They're also seeing Roma players who are amazing in the game.
Not only are they appealing back to that younger audience, but they're appealing to a whole new audience who might not even like the sport in the first place. So it's a great business move for them.
The clubs are paying these gamers to play for them just as they would for real footballers. So do these FIFA players feel as if they are actually Roma, Wolfsburg, and PSG players?
I play for Roma. I represent them at events. I wear their gear. I wear the kits proudly.
The one thing that makes me feel really a part of Wolfsburg is having my own number at the club, and now that number is mine. That is my official squad number. Just how Mario Gomez has got his number, I'm number 53, and it's just that special feeling. It's just like when you're a kid and you go to a football game and the team you support, and you've got your own jersey. You feel a part of that club, and this is what I feel now with Wolfsburg.
They wear the kits to all the tournaments. We engage with the social media department of Roma every single day, and they're awesome to work with. So we definitely feel like we are part of a club.
Since when I signed, the PSG gave me all the support and the cheers for being a Brazilian player. I want to make you a story parallel with you and playing in esports and the Brazilian players in the actual football team. Ronaldinho Gaúcho, Raí, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Lucas today.
The amount of advantages that you get from being with a club, travel benefits, and the finances that are available to a club compared to even just a regular esports organization as well. I think the potential for growth is just huge. I mean, these people have enormous fan bases that come built in with the brand. There are people that have been supporting this club for 50 years that will die supporting this club.
So they're really putting their resources behind us. They're giving us all the equipment we need to make videos, to film, to do whatever, to stream, to do what we need to. They're kitting us out with whatever we need. They will give it us because, like I said, they know for them to succeed from this, we have to succeed from this.
Most of these major FIFA tournaments are now utilizing a game mode called Ultimate Team, which allows users to form squads filled in with different types of players of their choosing.
Basically, Ultimate Team is you're building your dream team. You're building a team with anybody in the world of football that you want.
Since these gamers are representing actual football clubs, does this mean they have to abide by certain rules the teams impose on them?
Before the Roman people were fully kind of knowledgeable on the actual pro scene, a lot of them thought that we were just going to be playing with the actual Roma club, which, a lot of the casual fans thought as well. Some of the comments in our comment sections are still, why aren't you playing with the Roma team?
We need to pick the best players since they are playing PSG or not. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez, and putting the uniform of PSG and the badge, it's okay to do that.
So for me, I don't need to use a Roma player because it could essentially affect me in tournaments. Just in-game on FIFA, 9-goaler might not be as good as Pogba. So it could actually make me lose in a sense.
This is one of the big questions when clubs first got involved in the game. If a team Schalke are a 4.5-star team, so Wolfsburg, but how would they match up versus Real Madrid on the game? game. It's obviously not a fair matchup. So these teams aren't stupid. They know if they want their players to succeed, they have to sort of give them free rein on the players that they use. However, the good thing is with Ultimate Teams, obviously you get to pick the crest, you get to pick the kit. So Wolfsburg are happy for me to use whichever players I want, as long as I've got the Wolfsburg kits and the Wolfsburg badge.
With Ultimate Team, since there's so many different players, Team of the Year Ronaldo, Team of the Year Messi, like you can't use an 85 rated player and expect it to be on the same level as a 99 rated player. That's just not how the game works.
Now that more and more clubs are getting into esports and signing gamers, the foundation could be set for equivalent e-leagues. And what about a virtual Champions League? Ligue 1 has already taken action on this concept, becoming one of the first major professional sports leagues to form an equivalent e-league.
This is literally the first year where clubs have actually got involved, and leagues like Ligue 1 and Eredivisie have really picked that up quickly. I feel like there's a lot of potential for that stuff to happen.
EA is working really closely with a lot of leagues and a lot of different, brands and teams to build out, first of all, these domestic leagues, because I think it's important first in Italy for us to foster kind of a national following for FIFA, and then build into something like a Champions League.
For this really to succeed for the clubs that are involved in it, they need as many different clubs to get involved as possible. I think every club would want that sort of Champions League idea. It makes sense to me. I think it'd be entertaining for people to watch.
So can FIFA actually make it as a spectator sport like its real-life counterpart?
It's so similar to what you would watch in real life in football. I mean, if you were staring from a distance at a TV, there are times when I would play FIFA and like my parents would walk in and they wouldn't know the difference.
I can make the argument to a fan base that we are a top-tier esport, but it's hard to make that same argument to someone who's been in esports for 20 years and has only been putting that League of Legends, Counter-Strike, and Dota in that sphere. Even though, when you look at the money going in, we have the most potential to go the furthest because of our club relationships and because of all the non-endemic brands that want to come in for us. It's a lot more appealing to a sponsor or someone like that to come and get involved with a football club and a football simulator than it is to get involved with League of Legends, which, I've been watching for almost 100 hours now and I still don't really get what's happening, where ours is just, look, it's a virtual simulation of football.
It's easier to view, and that's what the big issue is for a lot of esports, is they need to get more viewers so they can get more sponsors, they can get higher prize pools.
There's so many hundreds of millions of people who love competitive gaming, and they might not necessarily even like football, but they will like these football clubs for, competing in these tournaments.
In the future, it's, the guy that plays FIFA starts watching FIFA esports, starts watching, Roma esports players, starts interacting with the Roma players in Ultimate Team, goes out and buys the Roma shirt. He goes out to, to visit the Roma stadium, things like that. So it's a deeper level of interaction, I feel.
I don't see gaming going anywhere. Everyone loves to play games. Everyone loves to compete as well. So has soccer peaked? Has the Champions League peaked? I don't think it keeps on growing. The World Cup, same thing. It's only going to get bigger.
We're looking to build something big here, and there's a lot more to come.